Thank you very much for everything. I've been listening to you since 2010, and these teachings really changed my life enormously. My question is about, I was born in a place, a multicultural place. Parents are from different cultures. So I've learned since early age.
They gave you a great advantage, didn't they?
Yes, that was great. So living in diverse places as my dad moved and a lot, grew this sense of trying always to assimilate, trying to find approval, trying to please others, trying to just belong to the tribe I'm in.
It also gave you the advantage of recognizing the productive success of many ways of life.
Yes.
In other words, it helped you be more broadly developed. It caused you to be less inhibited. It helped you to allow natural expansion earlier in your life.
Yes.
We can see what you mean about seeking approval, but there were far more advantages than that disadvantage, and we would not speak that disadvantage as the basis of that life experience. We'd play that part down because it doesn't matter and play the other part up. Yeah?
Yes, definitely. I just want to practice more or ease this feeling of accepting who I really am, and because it's sometimes challenging when I try to belong or...
But the thing is, as you moved about, did anyone come to you and say, stop being that way?
Not really.
No, it was all in your own mind. It was you trying to fit in with them, not them demanding that you fit in necessarily, because they frankly weren't all that interested in you.
Okay.
We don't mean that in an unkind way. In other words, all these people that you are trying to get approval from don't really care that much. They don't really care that much. In other words, they're just sort of doing what they're doing. And don't you know that? In other words, didn't you find a sort of freedom in moving about and being who you are? Don't you find that more now, especially now?
Yeah, definitely.
And so are we talking about a past problem or a current problem?
It is a past problem, but
Then why activate it now?
No, I feel I still need to work on it, and I need to ease it more.
But you see, working on a past problem only keeps the old problem active longer. And emphasizing the positive ramifications of the life that you've lived only open that up more broadly. Everyone understands what you're talking about because most people are looking for a place of belonging. But what we want you to remember is that what you have always been looking for is that alignment with who you really are. You've been looking for clarity. You've been looking for that inner strength, that inner knowing. So now we'll say what we say that usually makes you laugh. You've been looking for love in all the wrong places. Because while you can catch some glimpses of some approval, don't get addicted to approval from others because they are fickle in what they're approving of in any moment in time. And no one, no matter how important you believe yourself to be to them, you are never as important to them as you are to the source within you. It really is giving up something really important for something that is at best temporary. Oh, we know. When someone's tuned in, tapped in, turned on, they're in alignment with source. They're fully who they are in this moment, and they're holding you as their object of attention. Because they are in that high-flying place, they cannot see other than your most positive of positive aspects. And they're reflecting back to you. They're amplifying your profound wonderfulness in ways that as you feel it, oh, it feels so good. But if they ever look away, hey, wait, I'm still here. Don't look away from me. Don't sleep. Don't go over there. Don't have another thought. Don't stop holding me as your object of attention. Because I'm counting on you to hold me as your object of attention. Oh, never mind, you're gone. I'll find someone else. Oh, never mind, I'll find someone else. And it's just that empty feeling. That's what you were feeling. It wasn't the result of moving around to all of those different cultures. That's a stability that you never intended to find in people. You said when you came forth in the agreement that you made with your parents, I don't want to get dependent upon the stability of one culture that all thinks the same way. I want to spread my wings. I want to expand. I want to have lots of experiences. And I want to find my connection with Source. Listen, we wish for all of you that the people around you would ignore you completely so that you could discover that that's not where your resources come from. Your resources come from Source, you see.
Yes. Sure.
And then, in steady alignment, you just keep bumping into people that are right there with you. They're right there with you. We're not saying that you won't have plenty of wonderful experiences with plenty of people, but they'll be there because you're there and they're there. They don't come because of your need for them. They come because law of attraction has brought you together to revel in the perfection of what you all are right here and right now. You know that, don't you know that? Yeah?
Sure. I have another question. I am a teacher, so speaking about unconditional love and treating the children and seeing them through the eyes of Source. I work in an international...
Seeing them through the eyes of Source, if it's easy.
Yes.
And looking for alignment with Source in any way you can, if it isn't easy, but not depending upon them to be the way you need them to be in order to be in connection with Source, because some of them just aren't going to be that way, and you got to get really good at finding your alignment anyway. Yes, unconditionally.
Sure. Yes, definitely. I just want to distinguish between being kind and firm. When do I need to set some lines and say, well, I'm sorry, this is wrong, you can't do that? And it's really hard for me. Unconditional love means I accept.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't know.
Here's the distinction that you're looking for. Let's talk about some conditions. Let's talk about a rule that everybody is supposed to adhere to in order to make this cooperative experience happen. Mm-hmm. So there's this condition that has been established, and let's say, what's a rule in this environment that matters and is often broken?
A lot. I can't think about one, but for example, if they don't feel like reading, for example, now it's reading time and, Miss Maya, we're bored, or we don't want to do that, or I don't understand this. And I know that they understand it, but they're not into learning. And it's only 45 minutes that I have to, display.
So they're not cooperating.
Yes.
Not cooperating. They're not even trying. They're not pretending they're interested. They're not vying for your approval the way you think they should.
All right.
So their behavior is different than you want. So there's a condition that's different than you want. But here's the distinction. You want that behavior or that condition not to affect the love that you have for them.
Yes, sure.
The unconditional love that you have for them. So there you are. You can make their behavior bad, or you can make their behavior sort of normal. You can acknowledge that they are lovely children not doing what you want them to do.
Okay.
Lovely children who you love not doing what you want them to do. These are lovely children who I love not doing what I want them to do. These are lovely children who I love not doing what I want them to do. They're not doing what I want them to do has no bearing on my love for them. My love for them is bigger than that. My love for them is their own inner beings loving them. I've tapped into Source. I've got their grandparents, their dead grandparents are enjoying them through me. Through me. Their dead grandparents and their dead grandparents and theirs and theirs and theirs. There's a whole family tree focused through me and loving this little rascal who is not doing what I want him to do. But it is not affecting the love that we all have for him, because this is a pure positive energy being doing whatever it is he's doing conditionally, but it does not affect the unconditional love that I have for him. And once your personality isn't twisting in the wind based on their behavior, once you are steady in your appreciation of them and steady in your knowing of their power and value, then you shine this steady vibration at them, and they find themselves uplifted by not something that you would formally call your approval of them, this energy stream, their own life stream. It's like you're a conduit, you're an open valve, that they are feeling all that they are right through you. Can you feel the difference? And it's happening regardless of what they do. This is not approval based upon behavior. This is not conditional approval. This is unconditional approval. Sit with that for a little bit. That's the love that you're looking for. That's the appreciation that you're looking for. Humans, as they translate, often say, these are the rules, and if you break them, you're condemned. They're very tricky about the way they get you to conform too. They say these are the rules, and good people do these and bad people don't. And good people are blessed and bad people are punished. And then you sit back and you look and you say, oh, those people are breaking all the rules and they seem to be being blessed. And I'm not breaking any rules and I seem to be being punished. In other words, they're getting the good stuff, I'm not. And then they say, oh, you can't measure it while you're all still alive. It's only after you're dead that the rewards or punishment really come. And you say, oh, so there's no way of really knowing until it's sort of like kind of too late. We say it's not like that at all. You can feel in the moment when you've tapped into your resources, and you can feel when you're depriving yourself of it, you see. You see, we don't want you to want to hold them as your object of attention in order to be the best that you can be for them. We want you to do it to be the best that you can be for you. It's your tapping in that we care about right here and now. They'll find their own in a question with us some way down the road. It's your alignment. It's your tapping into the resources. It's you feeling the benefit of loving. It's you feeling what it feels like. It's you getting, it's you getting the satisfaction of interacting with them and identifying an expectation about them, an expectation of success and happiness that you've put about them in your vortex, and then you holding yourself in alignment with your expectation about their success and happiness, regardless of some condition that they're showing you in this moment. You're steady. You are like a representation of their own inner being, steady, unconditional in your love for them.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Jerry said to Esther one day, because he had watched Esther with Kate. At that time, Kate was little, 5 or 6. And Esther had only adoring eyes for Kate. It didn't matter what Kate did, what Kate said. In Esther's eyes, Esther couldn't find anything other than unconditional love for Kate, no matter what, no matter what. And one day, Jerry was being very bad. And Esther found discomfort with his badness. And he said, I want you to pretend that I'm Kate. And it really got Esther's attention because she knew exactly what he meant. In other words, she made messes much bigger than that all the time. And so it made her realize that you can feel the way you decide to feel, and it's to your benefit always to find that way. So our encouragement is that you practice it when you're not with them. Hold them as images in your mind's eye and come into true adoration for each of them. And ask their non-physical angels and ancestors to join you in your appreciation of them. And tap in to a real vortexual expectation of them. And then just look at them in that vibrational attitude, and they will thrive in that source energy continuum. And when they misbehave by school standards, and you're able to acknowledge their misbehavior in the midst of your unconditional love for them, you will set them free.
Wow, that was powerful.
It's the most powerful. It's what everybody wants. You want to know your value and your worthiness, but you want to be able to make some mistakes too. How are you going to know what you do want unless you know what you don't want? So if you hold yourself to this undoable standard of always getting it right conditionally, then you never allow yourself the opportunity to launch any rockets, and then you've killed any possibility of expansion. Did you follow that? This is the most important conversation that we've ever had with anyone, anytime, or ever will. This is about who you are as you come into this physical experience. You've got to give yourself permission to be bad, to be unconditionally loved in your what you consider to be badness. Did you hear the fullness of that?
Yes.
Because somebody is going to not like something that every one of you are doing. In other words, you are bad in the eyes of someone all the time. Don't let them distort your view of yourself. Stick with the view of source. And if you're wanting to be the uplifter that you were born to be, then become vibrationally aligned with the way source feels about everyone that you are interacting with, and feel the benefit that it gives to you and to them. really, really, really good.
Sure.
Yeah.